following is one of my favorite Alekhine games I've played lately, and it was against a player in a category I normally have little chance against. This was against an international master rated 2808 on lichess. And as we get into the game, we're going to find a line that I've talked about in previous videos. This seems to be super popular. I don't know who recommended this in a book, or if people just don't want to play against the Alekhine and they think 2 knight c3 is a good option. I'm happy to face it all day, every day. I love fighting equality. And after knight g2, knight d7, white needs to make a key move here. And that key move is d4, where normally I like the idea of queen f6, and after queen g3, queen g6, I'm happy to go to an endgame. And as you can see, I have a very, very big plus score in lichess playing this. My opponent plays castles. Now already, this is a deficiency. And I'll often get the question from my students, well, how do I know what to do in every variation? Do you memorize things? No. This is very much, I know the main line is d4. Why is d4 the main line? Probably because they want to stop something. What's that something they're trying to stop? Knight e5. You want to preserve the bishop in the open position, right? So I just take the bishop. Now at this point, I just want to get developed, get all my pieces in the game. So I choose the most aggressive square for the bishop, get castled, and now pair of pieces typically beats a non-pair. So I go ahead and trade a set of knights, and then go for the quick checkmate idea, because why not get my pieces on aggressive squares? Now, from years of experience now with writing French and Alekhine books, I know that my c8 bishop, it's going to take some time, but that's my main liability. And once it eventually sees the light of day, it's going to be good. And I play moves like queen h4, because I'm trying to provoke a deficiency in the pawn structure, like g3. Well, now, with the light squares being weak, if only I had a specialized piece that works in diagonals that could help me get checkmate here. So that's what I'm playing for in the long term. There's no deep mystery to the play, just natural moves, and I need to get all of my pieces working. Knight e4. Oh, I don't want you to get that bishop for free, so bishop e7. Queen f3. And I feel like I've got the time to gradually get this bishop out, so I play bishop d7, and after bishop g5, I do make an inaccuracy here in trading. You got the bishop pair in the type of position where the bishops do really well. So I definitely harp on my students about this, making incorrect minor piece trades. But with the time control, as well as the fact that I understand long term that my bishop's going to be better than this knight, the remaining bishop, I wasn't too concerned about the trade. Best is definitely f6, and otherwise this is the only blemish on an otherwise very well played game by black. Bishop takes, queen h6, rook a d8, because I know my bishop's not getting out by the c-pawn or e-pawn being moved, so I want to get my rook to the d-file to be able to reorganize this bishop to eventually make it to the b7 square. So putting pressure on the d4 pawn, queen e3, I am not interested in trading. Nope. Rook f e8, looking for the potential of an e5 break, which could help me get my bishop out. Rook f e1, logical play by the opponent. I go h6 just for later, getting a luft, not g6, putting more pawns on the color of my bishop, but h6 agreeing with my bishop. Queen e5. Again, are we in the trading business? No. I need the queen to coordinate with my bishop later, And it all comes back to that queen h4 move, creating some light square holes around the king. Knight e4. Got a little bit of breathing room here. b6. On queen f4. Bishop b7. Looking for the right moment to play c5. Rook e3. Rook d5. Now I want monstrous coordination here. So first, I didn't like the idea of white's pieces coordinating any further, so I throw in rook f5 as an in-between move. This gives him something to worry about. And now, rook d8. This is mostly just removing pieces from the e-file. I don't want to have to worry about any potential sacrifices and nonsense. So rook d8, and I'm pretty safe here. Knight d2, eyeing queen takes f5, so queen d6. Knight c4, this is just encouraging my queen to where she wanted to go. After knight e5, c5, and even very, very strong opponents badly blunder from time to time. D takes c5 and queen h1, checkmate. You've got to be able to see the long-term potential of minor pieces, especially if you're playing things like the French and the Alekhine, where very early you're defining the structure in a way which is going to lock in the French bishop, the c8 bishop, the bad bishop. So hopefully this shows too, when something's off in the opening, it's not following the line that you've studied, you've got to ask that question, why? That's that problem solving that needs to be trained by playing chess. Chess is not a game of memorization. It's definitely problem solving. Hopefully this helps. If you enjoyed the Alekhine, check out the Alekhine Defense, The Dark Knight Rises on Chessable. It is still probably my most played course in my own games. I just love to play the Alekhine. Maybe you'll enjoy it too. Thanks for watching.